another episode of Minecraft mod pack Stoneblock4. You might notice that things look a little bit awry here in the tech room as I have barrels everywhere. It's because I've had to take out all the crafting and processing patterns from all the auto crafters. Our energy bank over here, when gathering power, was only gathering like 50 or less per tick. And that's because every time you put a pattern into the auto crafters, it actually does take a little bit of forge energy. So that was a big mistake on my part. Speaking about mistakes, I'm not really the biggest fan of the machines in the middle of the floor anymore. I feel like in theory, it was a cool idea, but as I've been working around the base, it's not very practical, so we're going to move them over into this wall. But first we need to set up some additional power so that we're not only generating 150 per tick. This is an embarrassment. I do have a solution. It's not elegant. It will probably only be temporary, but it's better than accumulating only 200 FE a tick, so that's a big win. Alright, to get the first part of our power sorted, we're going to need something to upgrade our crusher. I'm unsure how many tiers we'll need to do, so we'll just do 2. You can actually craft these, but I was lazy, so that is going to get upgraded into a factory, and then I'm going to upgrade it again, which should, yeah, it's going to suck out heaps of power here. But that's fine because we're about to get it back, right? But essentially what it does is that it just crushes everything all at once. I don't think we'll actually need much more than this. We won't actually be using pumpkins for this, but this is just what was in the crushing factory, giving it an extra little boost in the power. The next thing we need is a bunch of these bio generators. Now I have left a little bit of auto crafting going, so if I do bio here, you can see here that we are able to craft bio generators, and I found a design that is kind of infinitely expandable depending on how much power we actually want. So we're going to start with 20. We should be able to look around, see some things working. All right, it's having an issue with the basic control circuit. Maybe we need to have separate in and outs for this guy here. So for now, I will just do it manually. It's apparent I have no idea how to hook this thing up to an auto crafter, but then the next thing we'll need is some new power conduits. We're going to go pretty heavy on these. At least I know this machine works. All right, first things first, we need to hook the crusher up to the storage system. For that, I'm going to put in an exporter so that it only exports sugarcane. We are also going to need an item conduit to remove the items, and then we also need a refined storage conduit, so that we can hook the exporter up to our system. Next step is setting up 2 rows of the bio generators, and we're going to do this facing outwards because I honestly think it looks better. Now I did say this wasn't elegant, right? However, we are going to now put in all of our item conduits. These are going to connect and import all of our bio that we get from the sugarcane. Maybe sugarcane isn't the best one to be going. Maybe we'll get some cactus or something instead. But for now, we're going to rock the sugarcane just to make sure that everything works, and every single conduit needs to be an input now. Then we need to hook our item cable up to it. I'm going to run mine under the floor or at floor level just so that we can walk over it a little bit easier. Yeah, it's going to look ugly as sin, but it is hopefully going to work. Next up, refined storage cables. It should be pumping in sugarcane. From there, it should be pushing the biofuel out into other areas. Let me just quickly set the back as an output. There we go. It is now pushing all the bio stuff into all of these guys. We also need to set that to round robin. That way everything gets a little bit. And then from there, we just need to hook in energy conduits. Now, I'm pretty sure when you hook in energy conduits, they do overwrite the other ones. Let's have a look. Yes, you can replace them 1 for 1. Awesome. Then we just need to bring them right around. Energy isn't hooking up here. Oh no, these actually need to be the other way around. Okay, they're all facing the right way now, thank goodness. And if we check the energy, it should say in out. It does, very good. Okay, so now we just hook up all the power cables to every machine. And if we have a look at our power, nope, it's doing absolutely nothing. Never mind, I found the problem. I was just an idiot and didn't configure this energy cell to be push-pull. Literally the only problem with it. This little block right here. As for the aesthetics of the rest of the room, yeah, this looks way better without all that junk in the middle of the floor. It just feels way more open and we can enjoy the view of everything upstairs and downstairs. For our next project, I realized that we didn't actually finish up the light bender quest a few episodes ago. All we need to do is hook the world engine up to auto crafting. However, for that we do need to get into applied energistics. This means that we need heaps of things from applied energistics which do require fluix, which requires charged Certus quartz. So I've set up this tiny machine here with the charger, an Ender IO cable in between with a filter on either side. This one here will pull out Certus quartz. This one here will pull out charged Certus quartz. So it just exchanges it 1 for 1 at this point. So what this one here will do is it will hook us up to the world engine for auto crafting. Hopefully we can use that with refined storage, or else this whole system here will have been for nothing. I can't see why it wouldn't work. However, the thing that does worry me is that it says ME quantum ring, not quantum ring. Alright, done a lot of pre-crafts off the recording here, but we are going to make our 8 energy cells. Hopefully I've got enough stuff in here to make them all. Yes, just barely. Then from here we should be able to move everything in and make 8 quantum rings. Perfect. Then we just need an ME quantum linker. For that we're going to need some fluix pearls. Luckily I have been working on getting fluix as well. There's our ME quantum link chamber. Finally we just need an ME pattern provider. Oh no, this requires a bit more than I thought. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, but we do need formation cores and annihilation cores, a couple of crafting tables, and now we can make it. There's our ME pattern provider. For that, we get 75 dosh and a gifts of stone. We get a blaze gold helmet. And now we need to go back to the lightbender so they can show us where to install the world engine upgrade. Hi, we're here. Splendid! Let us establish a quantum link within your world engine immediately. That concludes my current research for now. Go consult with other echoes, perhaps their findings will complement our brilliant work. It called me brilliant. And let's get the bits onto the world engine. I don't know, I don't understand AE2 as much as refined storage, which is why I've decided to go with refined storage. Hopefully we can use refined storage with our new quantum link, or at least with the auto crafting. Next up, as part of going to do the catalyst quest, we need to go to a vault, and our gear is honestly suffering right now. We still have it very broken from our last vault adventure. So I think we get into making new gear. For that, we're going to look at the reforger table, or reforging table. Looks like I'll need to make some smooth stone. Stand by. There we go. And while we're at it, we may as well get a better one as well. What are we missing here? Nether bricks. Ooh. Try that again. There we go. Now we have the crazy good reforging table. We'll also need some of these sigils of rebirth, so we'll make a few of them. Turns out I have some gem. Never mind, we don't have many. All right, let's make a few more. 60 sigils of rebirth. I'm not the most sure where we should put this, so maybe we just put it here in the mob bub. And secret door right here. Let's just put it in here for now. That's a very cool animation. I like that. I might need to look up how this works. I'm not sure there's any documents about it. Okay, so the sigil of rebirth would go there. Let's just play around with it for a moment. The chest plate goes there. Try putting in some arcane sands. It's definitely doing something, but what do we need? We need levels as well. 30, 60, and 90. We have 139 levels. I feel like we're going to have to turn on the mob machine again for this. But before we get too deep into it, I should probably make some new netherite armor. Okay, so now we have brand new netherite. Let's get out a bunch of levels as well. We'll get out 90 levels to get the most out of it. And let's have a look-see. Projectile damage taken is reduced by 17%. Physical damage is reduced by 8%. This item ignores 42% of durability. So what's that, like Unbreaking 4? That's pretty good. Adds a lot to mana, which I'm not really using a bunch right now. This one here, when attack gain instant health, that's pretty good. When attack gain resistance, that's also pretty good. Magic damage taken is reduced by 10, and this item ignores 50% of durability with +7 luck and 40% scythe proficiency. That's pretty decent. And this one here, the last one for 90 levels, isn't actually as good. I feel like the one that we want to get is this bolstering netherite chestplate of the 4-leaf clover. Let's get that. We'll look at the leggings. We actually don't have 90 levels now, so let's get out just a couple more. When attacked, gain bursting vitality. When attacked, self-cast shield 3 and ignores 44% of durability damage, +6 armor and 16% extra armor, 3 armor toughness, 38% scythe proficiency and 60 max mana. When attacked, gain instant health 15. When attacked, self-cast shield 1. So that's not as good. This item ignores 25% of durability damage. We also get malignant conversion. Not sure what that is, but a 41% magic proficiency. I'm probably going to have to get into magic, aren't I? And 3 sockets as well. When attack, cast ball lightning 5 and ignores 50% of durability damage. It also gives +28 knockback resistance, a little bit of luck and a little bit of proficiency. I do feel like overall this one here is the best, the original one. That shield 3 might be hard to beat. Boots now. Lightning damage taken is reduced by 25%. When attacked, cast ball lightning 5 and ignores 25% of durability with 30% malignant conversion, 26% knockback resistance. When attacked, gain speed 2, 16 for 35 seconds. Lightning damage is reduced by 25%. When attacked, cast ball lightning 1 minute. This item ignores 36% of durability damage. And when attacked, gain speed 2. When attacked, self-cast evasion 2. Yeah, we're probably going to get on that. We also get a little bit of swim speed, +1 step height, and a little bit of magic proficiency as well. We only get 1 socket, but that evasion 2 plus shield could be pretty awesome. Hopefully they synergize together. And finally, the helmet. When attacked, inflict blindness on the target. When attacked, cast with a skull 3. This item ignores 50% of durability bonus. Doesn't really have many other things other than that. Projectile damage taken is reduced by 16. Now, the one thing I'm wondering is if that is magic projectile, all projectiles, or physical projectiles like arrows and such. When attacked, cast ball lightning 2. This item ignores 50% of durability with a 10% knockback resistance and malignant conversion 33%. And the last one, when attacked, inflict blindness. Projectile damage taken is reduced by 20%. That's not too different from number 2. When attacked, cast with a skull 5. This item ignores 40% of durability with 33% magic resistance. Does blindness affect hostile mobs? I'm actually unsure. With a skull 5 could be cool as long as it doesn't really hurt us. And I am worried a little bit about that, but we can always give it a go. And of course we want to put mending on all of our armor at the least. Scratch that, unbreaking and mending would be cool. And now that's done, we can put on all of our fancy new armor. Actually, let me take off the helmet. Oh yeah, we are so kitted out. I would also like to couple in a new weapon. So for that, we're going to go for the dark steel sword. We need a netherite sword, that's no problem. Oh, we actually can't make a dark steel sword yet. We need to do the next quest to be able to make that. Well, we'll scratch that for now and just put this sword somewhere safe. Perfect. And finally, for this video, we are going to get ourselves a player upgrade and try and get as much out of it as we can. Can we seriously not order more than one at once? Seriously? We're just going to go around all the guys here and try and get as much as we can out of it. I don't know if we'll do the magic ones yet, because we're not quite into magic yet, but I do feel like it will be a thing that does happen very soon. So you can buy item filters multiple at a time. Why can't you buy these multiple at a time? Alright, I've visited as many of these guys as I can. I think they only come in the first few echoes, but we do have 50% mining speed, 30% dodge chance, 30% crit chance, 25% lifesteal, 100% arrow damage, 100% attack speed, and 50% draw speed. We will now throw this into our curio slot. I'm also going back to get the magic ones. We have the money. We're much better prepared now for what is to come. Speaking about things to come, that is going to have to wait until the next episode. Unfortunately, content is very, very hectic right now with the new rating tier in Final Fantasy XIV MMORPG. If you're into that sort of stuff, come watch on twitch.tv/Chillainous or youtube.com/@Chillainous live. And then on top of that, flight sim videos are getting quite long as well. You can check them out on youtube.com/@Chillainous. It's taken up a lot of my free time, man. So yes, we are stretched thin, but right now everything is continuing as planned, although that may change in the future. These videos may become bi-weekly. Flight sim videos might become 1 flight instead of 2 flights per week. Yeah, things are just hectic until the raiding schedule is over. At that point there, things should be able to return to normal. However, as things progress in the future, I do see videos becoming bi-weekly instead of weekly, as we need more time to prepare materials and the like. Hopefully that's not for a long time though. But that is going to be the end of this episode. If you liked it, be sure to like it, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you really loved it and want to see more of it more regularly, and leave your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. I hope you do take care of yourselves. There is only one of you, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Ciao.